get on the live because we're gonna want to start live, and we're gonna be going through the fucking YouTube. So I can't see you anymore. Okay, you there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yep, can you hear me?
Okay, now there you go. Stay right there where I can see you, because if I can't see you, I can't work the windows. Okay, we actually live right now. I can only see what I can see. I'm trying to manage. So I'm gonna ask you the questions that I've wanted to ask. So first of all, tell us the proper pronunciation for your title and tag and the name of your company, because sometimes I kind of skip over the pronunciation and I don't think I say it right sometimes. So it would be
Okay.
best that you say it. How do you say it?
It's apothecary. So apothecary is just another word for pharmacy or pharmacist.
Okay. And that terminology comes out of what? Out of what uh, dialect or what language is that
No,
derivative of?
it's just old. Like before that word, I mean, we're going back into like the 1800s and before. I mean, this goes all the way back. So that's just what
Okay.
it was called before
Okay.
it became
Okay.
like
Okay.
they
That's
need to
fine.
go ahead.
That's fine. So within the world of apothecary, is it? What does that entail? What is it that apothecary is?
So pretty much it's the making of medicines,
Okay.
um, healing substance. When you think about apothecaries, you think about herbs, you think about tinctures or anything like that. So it's really quite broad. It's kind of like the word shaman is broad, you
Right.
know, anything that has to do with health and wellness that you would think
Okay.
about. Mhm.
Okay. So within the apothecary world, in the realm of medicine, if you will, what is it that you are bringing to the table or to the people that can benefit them? What is it within the realm of your scope of things that you found apothecary to be as a benefit to people?
Well, I've pretty much um, my realm of practice. So I studied Tibetan shamanism. My realm of practice really is vibrational medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And so vibrational medicine, maybe people might not be familiar with that term, but what people may be familiar with, that's more common is like a Bach flower remedy. And so Bach flower remedies are made of flower essences.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever had one, it's having the Whole Foods, you can find them all kind of health food stores. If you ever
Mm-hmm.
had one before, they don't look like flowers. Does it smell like flowers? It's not color like flowers. It's alcohol. It's like a tincture. So
Right.
I remember the first time I ever tried a flower essence, I noticed that it worked like immediately. Like I could literally, I was like, is this in my imagination?
Right.
It worked immediately. It was like within 30 seconds, I could totally feel the shift. And so
Right.
that was my first kind of like experience with vibrational medicine.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what do they call it? I can't think of the word off the top of my head. Oh, a lot of like homeopathic medicine also, believe it or not, is vibrational medicine as well. And
Okay.
they have those like little long names in it. You're like, what the heck is that? I've never even heard of that before. You can't even pronounce it. They're all written in Latin. Those are vibrational because the thing about vibrational medicine is it doesn't contain any mineral or herbs. It's all dealing on an energetic. So
Okay.
everything is dealing on an energetic basis, and that's what vibrational medicine is all about.
Right.
You only dealing with, we call that the subtle bodies,
Okay.
which are little tweaks. Like even when you think about things like acupuncture and stuff, they're using, it's just a different method. They're using needles to break your energy field and
Mm-hmm.
realign them.
Okay.
So that's what I do. So my main focus and scope of practice is crystal essences.
Crystal
So
essence. Okay.
just like flower essences are made, they don't contain the mineral from the flower. It's the energy from the flower. When you think of the essence, of a person is their vibe, their energy, right? When we talk about the essence of a man or the essence of a woman, you're talking about their energy and their vibe. So that's what you're getting. You're not getting mineral content, you are getting the energy thereof. And
Right.
so it's the same thing with crystal essences, is you're getting the vibrational patterns from it.
Oh,
So for the most part, everything, every herb, every flower, every crystal, all things resonate. Every person, everything resonates in a certain frequency. And so in the different groups and different families, they shift you differently. They work in different ways. Um,
okay.
so yeah, that's
Now,
pretty much.
now for the record, I did a last interview with a guy, and the public shared with me that they couldn't really hear him because he didn't have microphones or headphones in. So be mindful to kind of project your voice as direct to the phone as you can
Mhm.
so that the public can really get this information, because I believe that this information that you're bringing is a very, very, very necessary thing to people that will help them uh, with all types of things. Because when you're dealing with what I've studied and learned, as well as gathering from you, the vibrational essence is the actual reality of things that we live in. And the vibration of a person is what really tells the story of who they are, where they've been, or where they're going, or what they've been through. And I've used some of your oils. I think you put together what, tiger's eye and a couple other things, and it really helped me. And I really did benefit from it, from learning it. And I think that it's a necessary thing that people can use, because a lot of people carry the stones with them around the neck, or in their purse, or in their pocket, or they set them around in their homes. Tell us how the uh, oils or the ingestibles uh, work different or the same as the actual physical crystals.
Hmm. They're the same, but they're very different.
Okay.
So, um, I have noticed the energy is suspended in liquid,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's different. Liquid moves, it vibrates, it resonates more. So a lot of times you will feel it. And I've actually had a lot of friends and stuff. We've kind of like tested some stuff. You feel it stronger than you feel it with the actual crystal because it resonates. And obviously, water will absorb other energy. Ob- Obviously, the person who's making it is going to absorb your intent, your
Mm-hmm.
energy when you're making it, because you have to have your intent when you're doing things, because that's part of the whole energy. So it changes things a little bit. It's different. It is different, and it's a little bit so it's the crystal energy and more energy, if you will, um, with the elixir and the essences. Um, and it works a little bit different because, like I do a lot of healing work and I study like Tibetan shamanism and things like that. So everything can be manipulated or tweaked or,
Crystal essence.
adjusted. And then when you start blending different essences and crystals together, you create something else. So, like what you were saying, like the one that you had, well, it wasn't really anything then because we changed it because we put three different things or four different things together, which is alchemy, and you have something else. It's like a
Right.
different creation. This, it's just, you ever notice like people change when they get around other people. So
Right.
somebody I say, this person is really cool when they're by themselves, and then they get around other people. You're like, what happened? Like,
Right. Right.
totally
Right.
different. Like, oh, like it's the same thing. I look
Right.
at them as they're like little people with their own personalities. They have their own mindsets, their own, intentions,
Mm-hmm.
and what they're kind of doing. So as far as like ingesting it, it's kind of like in the beginning you may notice I feel it a lot. Like I feel it a lot. I can feel the shift. But over time, you're like, I don't quite feel it so much because what's happening over time is you are wearing it. You are becoming that vibration
Right.
in conjunction. with your energy as well. So it's kind of like as you start to become it, it's not quite so apparent anymore because you're used to it. You said, oh, okay, I'm
Right.
always like this now.
Right.
I've noticed always more settled now. I've always, So that's the difference between ingesting it. It's not like you're wearing your crystal, you're wearing it, you take it off, you put it on, you take it off. It's different. You're wearing it. You are making a permanent
Right.
like change.
It's
Um,
almost like people being naturally negative. They wear it, and it's them, and they don't realize that that's who they are until they get around other people who can say it and point it out and say, "Hey, man, you always why you so why you this why you that," because they're actually in that mindset or in that force of energy locked into that negative zone and tone, and
they
they're not
know.
really
That's why it's like you should always tell. I always say it's good to tell people the truth. Don't assume that someone knows. You know what
right.
I mean? Like you cannot assume that a person knows something. A lot of times somebody may do something. You say, "Oh, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to," Don't assume that they know. They might not be apparent to them because they are inside of themselves until you point it out. Hey, you're kind of rude when you do that. They might not even be. They may not even know it. They're inside of themselves. They're always
Right.
like that. You don't think
Right.
about it.
Right. So is there a um sort of like a type of universal or sort of like a one elixir that will pretty much cover a gamut, cover a full range of people's uh, energy glitches, or that will fix certain things for the uh, general populace of people, or does it have to be something that's specifically suited for each individual?
Yes and no. I think that everybody's different. Everybody's going to respond to different things. It's true.
Hmm.
There are certain things that I'm like, I don't, even when I'm working with them, I'm like, I don't want this to like touch me because me and this is like a person. It's like, we just don't get along. This is not how I want to feel. This doesn't feel resonate with me. But somebody else comes along and says, "Oh, I just love this one. This one resonates with me so much." How do you know? Especially when you're thinking about like wholesale and stuff like that. It's like, how do you keep people from buying stuff that doesn't really
Right.
work for them and stuff? So, as a woman, you're talking about the things that I try to put together that are more universal, because crystals range. They can
Right.
stretch or they can drop. They can pull and drop different things, different directions. I try to keep everything centrally, the energy centrally like located, so it's not going too high, it's not dropping too low, it's not going too far to the left, too far to the right. Like especially like the released oil, the one that's for pain,
Hmm.
is general. That's a common thing. That's very general. I don't stretch it and pull it in any direction. I keep it centered. So that will work for for the general person, or like relax. That's just stress and anxiety is centrally located. It's not being pulled into new nuances or anything like that the typical person might not be to like dealing with. So
Right.
they can be crafted in certain ways. And of course, singles are usually okay. You have common things like clear quartz. I mean, that's just the standard rose quartz. Rose quartz, I don't know. For me, rose quartz, I know that's like a standard, but people have to realize while energy, they're safe on that standpoint, but energy is real. It affects you in a real way.
Right.
Like me, rose quartz is an emotional amplifier. Okay.
Hmm.
So that can be not quite so a good thing if you are a temperamental person, because those are emotions. Like if you're always on edge, well,
Right.
it's gonna amplify that. And then you're gonna find yourself popping off more or blowing up more if you're always on edge because it's an emotional
Right.
amplifier. Or if you're a really sensitive person and every time somebody says something to you, you feel like crying, it's going to enhance that more. So these are things like is like a practitioner that I always have to think about, like, is this really for this person? Or can they handle that? Because it is going to pull you in certain ways. Definitely lots that I'm just like, no, I won't use that. Or like I
Right.
won't take that I don't want to open that up, or I don't want to deal with that, or I don't want to be sobbing all day long because it's going to make me more emotional and stuff like that. So I think when crafting, it's hard to explain. I just keep them more centrally located. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
yeah.
So is it something like being allergic to certain uh, crystals or elixirs for certain individuals?
I'll give you an example. There was a stone once. I
Hmm.
remember a long time. There's a stone, and I had read about it. I said, I need this. I said, this will be good for me. This will help me. I need this. I would hold on to it, and I will always feel like yuck when I hold on to it. It was like
Hmm.
ugh, like it wasn't like a feeling that I wanted to feel. I was like, no, no, no. You know what? It's because I don't want to deal with it. I just need to hold on to it. Every
Right.
time I picked it up, I mean, it would be like 2 minutes, and I was just like, yeah, I would have to put it down. It was like being around a toxic person is what it made me feel like ugh.
Right.
So, but I'm like, no, I need this. I'm going to like this. I'm going to make myself like this. So I'll never forget. I made it into like an elixir, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I was like, I'm going to try this. So everything can be manipulated. So I drank it. I went to bed. I was like, oh, I don't feel anything. I drank it. I went to bed. I had like the strangest experience. I'm not even joking. I woke up. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like wide awake, just like all of a sudden, like bing.
Right.
And I'm thinking about everybody that makes me mad, like people that I really, really know that I'm just like, oh, like I'm harboring, like or frustrated, like towards and stuff. And I'm thinking, and I totally, I didn't equate the two together. And I was like, that's kind of weird. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and like, it's like, it's kind of like comical. It's kind of like a little movie. It's like,
Right. Right.
and I'm like, ugh. And it just keeps going, and then it gets a little bit deeper. It gets a little more intense. It's like, oh, this is the house where you grew up when you were a child. It was like
Wow.
it was like a little like movie, like, and it's
Right.
what is the subconscious mind. It's things that are sitting in my subconscious
Hmm.
mind. But crystals also open portals and dissolve barriers too.
Hmm.
So of course you create your own barrier, which is energy, right? If
Hmm.
you say, you know what, I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen, you have created a subconscious barrier. So the frequency of that crystal dissolves barriers.
Right.
So it's
So,
like now it's sitting there looking at you. You need to deal with that. And I'm
so,
just
so
like,
is
no,
it?
what?
Is,
After I thought about it, I was like, you took that before bed. That's why you're doing this right now.
right.
It's exactly what it says it does. It will make things resurface so you can deal with it. So you know
Right.
what the problems are and where they lie. Why you feel frustrated all the time because you're mad. You're holding on to stuff, you know. So after that, I thought, I mean, you can always shut them down. I said, you know what, I'm shutting this down. I don't want to go there right now. This is not what I want to do. When I'm going back to bed. But it was there, and the opportunity was there. You want to deal with it. You want to come to terms with it. You want to,
Right.
So yeah, and so that's why every time I will hold it, I was like, ugh, because that's how I felt about dealing with the stuff that I didn't want to deal with. Like,
Right.
ugh, you know.
So
So
is it safe to say that like crystals that come together to do a certain thing or task, people that come together can be just as volatile or explosive or just
absolutely,
as soothing for each other? Because it
oh
seems
God,
like if crystals are powerful and we all carry certain elements within us, even with just taking vitamins or eating food for iron and stuff like that, uh, the interaction of certain people in the realm of each other can be kind of helpful and or toxic
harmonious or
depending on the personality.
disaster.
Right. So, so it's like you. I remember you were sharing with me that it's like a actual engineer or a mixer who's actually leveling the volumes on each instrument within the tone and ranges of a person's makeup, element wise or crystal wise or mineral wise or whatever the things are that's out of alignment and out of balance. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Right. So, I always I always paint pictures like a mixing board. Everybody's like a mixing board. It's like, okay, you know, everybody knows about the chakra systems, all right, the 7 chakra systems. You know, when they're out of whack, you know, it starts throwing stuff out of whack. You know, people have all kinds. I mean, I literally just watched like different kind of like transformations with like different people. Like, for example, there was this one guy, you know, really passive, very quiet. And I'm always like, you don't never like speak up for yourself. Like you just let people like say anything to you. You never. I said, you know what? Your throat chakra is like closed. And
Hmm.
okay, so let's do something. He's like, yeah, I want to open up my throat. I said, okay, we'll do something to open up the throat, right? So it's like that channel was pulled way down. So we said we want to pull it up a little bit. We want to open it up. So it's like, okay, let's pull that up,
So,
right?
so just by hearing him say that, you knew that that was the area that he was having trouble in.
I knew that because he said it, but I can also I
Tell
see the
you,
chakra system.
you just have
So
an ear like an engineer. You can tell when the instrument is off note.
yeah, it was just a closure. It was just like, oh, I can see it. It's like here. I was like,
Right.
okay, that's why. And I was like, that's why you don't, speak up. So we gave it to him. We did like a lapis lazuli, and I kid you not, he was like just shooting off at like he was like saying anything that like came to his mind. I said, what in the world? I was like, and he was like hurting everybody's feelings. He was like, like, because people weren't accustomed to
Used
that.
to him saying
People
that.
right, people are used to like joking around and he doesn't really say anything. And then all of a sudden, like, he starts firing back at everybody, like saying stuff. And people are like, oh, so people are like mortified because they're like, oh, he's
Right.
really like blowing fuse. Like, he's got like mad, like, like he's upset, like firing off at everybody. And it wasn't even in an angry way. And it's just like, the filter came off. It's
Right.
not that these are things that he was already thinking. He just wasn't able to like
Say it.
vocalize. And
So
so
after
all
building all
literally
and holding, after holding all those things back, it kind of let loose.
it just let loose. He was just saying anything. He was like every time somebody said something, it was like this salt was like coming, and everyone was like, what in the world? What happened to you? So that was a result of like opening up that channel. Like, would it always be like that? No, because after a while everything starts to settle and balance out or whatever. But think about how much was like built up that he like never said.
So can these methods that you are speaking of, crystal wise or elixir wise or uh, element wise, play a role in a person's health and
Definitely.
and that would kind of alleviate having to be medicated so much?
Definitely. I think they can work in conjunction or they can, I mean, it's a lot of times, I kid you not, a lot of times things are simple. Things can be very, very simple. Um, for example, a, like if you work out a lot, let's say people injure themselves all the time, knee stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like foot stuff, all kinds of stuff, tearing stuff, pulling stuff. So let's say you like tear your shoulder working out or something like that, but you like continue to still work out and stuff because you're like, oh, it'll go away, it's not that bad. You continue to do it, you continue like putting stress on it or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and it just gets worse and worse. The next thing you're like, oh god, I need to like go see like massage therapist or something. Like, it's really getting bad now, it's like painful.
Right.
So like the way that, like, certain, of course, these are like when you start dealing with physical stuff, they're definitely more like topical things, but
Right.
it opens up the energy channel. So because if things are already pinched and you keep like, it just makes it worse. But if it's pinched and you every day you're opening it up and then it goes back a little bit, and eventually it kind of just starts to reset itself.
Right.
I don't know how it does. It just does. It just works. I can not. I don't know why. It just does. It like just opening. You can literally feel the pressure like coming off of everything because
Right.
a lot of times our mental state and our think about it. If you walk around every day and you say, I'm depressed, I have no money, I'm
You're gonna
stupid,
be that
I'm
way.
you will be that way
Right.
and your body starts to respond that way. Like, it's interesting. Like, I had 2 birds. One of them died I watched. We didn't get another one right away. I literally watched the other bird become physically ill because he was so heartbroken that the other bird died. Like it
Wow.
physically
Sort of like
manifested
two older
body.
people that are together, and one of the older people die. The other one finds that it's nothing to live for, and they kind of
Yeah,
pass on
it's like,
too.
and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this bird is physically ill now. Like every
Hmm.
day, like over, at first he was like this. After a month, he was just like this. And I was
Wow.
like, oh my gosh, it's like he's dying. And so we got another bird, we got him a friend. It took like a month, and he's like, it was like that. He was well again.
Right.
That's interesting. But that just goes to show, I mean, his emotional state
Right.
affected his physical body
Needed
to the
that
point
other
he was
instrument.
slumped over. I thought he was dead, almost dead.
Right.
But it's because he was lonely and he was sad and he was depressed.
Right. No one else to make that music of life with, that
Right.
melody of life.
Totally just, it was
Right.
unbelievable.
Just a lonely
So,
instrument.
absolutely. So that's what happens with like people and stuff. But I mean, energy is everything. It
Right.
affects us so many different ways. I mean, goodness, like just even think about how many people go to jobs that they hate every day. They're dealing with people who are
Right.
struggling.
And that's
Yeah,
toxic. That's what makes
that
the organs
toxic.
inside
That
kind of collapse on you.
it affects you. It
Stress.
affects your energy. It affects your self worth. It affects everything. And next thing
Right.
you're so out of tune with yourself.
I would like to connect you with Cindy Goodson of the Cindy G Project and Joya Tynes, Boom Tynes. They are some wonderful women, and they have a their own groove and movements going. Cindy is in the position of helping women heal from fibroids,
Mm-hmm.
cancers, and fibroid things, and I think that that would be a great uh, collaboration or meeting of the minds in those realms and areas to get
Mm-hmm.
information, because she deals with a lot of just regular foods, but I know
Mm-hmm.
that foods carry a lot of those things that the actual minerals and the crystals and stuff
Mm-hmm.
have, and you'd
They
be playing and
are
you'd be
together. So you put
right.
the food, you put the energy adjustment, the
Right,
alignment
right.
behind it. I
Because
mean,
she shared and
it's
taught a
work.
lot to me about foods and stuff too. Right. So I think that's a good thing. Now let me ask you this: What do you? What's the varying difference between the CBD way of doing things as opposed to the crystal and the elixirs of the crystals way outside of the marijuana part of it that's been extracted or moved out or whatever it is? What is the main difference in that, or how would that tie in or vary from the other?
Well, CBD is an herb, it's from an herb or whatever. So it is going through your bloodstream. It's going through your body, um, just like that. So the crystals aren't going through your bloodstream. It's dealing with you more on an energy level. So it's
Okay.
only the subtle body.
Okay.
They
Okay.
work hand in hand, but yeah. So
Okay.
that's pretty
Okay.
much the difference between that.
So the difference would be the
Because there
actual
really isn't
method of them reaching. They both could probably play a significant role, but just from different counterparts.
just from different aspects. Yeah,
Right. Okay. Okay.
they things enhance each other.
Okay. So it's okay to take them together.
Absolutely. I don't. It wouldn't affect anything in a negative way at
Okay.
all.
Now let me ask you this:
I mean,
What?
as long as they're in the same range, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like one is like stretching you in one way. You know what I mean? CBD, it's gonna calm you down. That's the
Right.
whole point. So
Right.
obviously, you will want to be using something in correspondence with that.
Right.
It wouldn't physically affect you in a negative way, but if
Right.
you were stretched in a million different directions, it can be taxing. It can feel like you won't feel centered and complete. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. So they would kind of balance each other.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I know that CBD is good for like your joints and like your healing
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the I guess the crystals and the elixirs would be more for like vitality. Is that safe
In
to
a
say?
sense.
Okay.
In a sense, I mean, they're going to open up the portals and the channels in the body. Is
Right.
really what. Because and of course they work. You know, they work directly in with the chakra system, and they're just opening portals. You know, inside the physical body.
So
Some things
it,
are
it
closed and they
so
don't need to be closed, so your energy's not resonating. It's like a water hose or
so
something.
for
You
a
know.
person that's dealing with like a cancer or something like that, it could be okay to utilize the crystals for maintenance or for balance to kind of curb whatever you're going through before you get to a certain serious stage. Hello?
Yeah, it'll help rebalance things.
Right.
Yeah,
Kind of a
I think I've
balance,
read
you
that
know.
one of
Probably not a cure all, but it kind of can help you cope
those
for a duration of time, you know.
to help rebalance and right and reinforce whatever else that they're doing to do that. So
Right.
if some people have different ways that they do things, if you're working on
Right. Right. Okay.
it's just going to act as a reinforcement. So crystals are stabilized structures. Like there's no other stabilized structure in the universe. Crystals are stabilized structures. They don't shift. They don't move. You know, you crush it. You have an amethyst, you can crush it, whatever. It still is going to resonate the same. It's not going to change. You know,
Right.
they're stable structures. So it's pretty much it's a reinforcement. It's just going to say, hey, all right, this is where you are and where you need to be when you are well. All right, so they're going to go in and reinforce and help you stay in that plane,
So
basically, in a sense.
so does a vitamin or a mineral fall within the crystal realm, or is that something totally different?
I mean, they touch and then expand in opposite
Okay.
directions. You know what I mean? Because crystals are made up of minerals and calcium and all
Okay.
kinds of
Right, right,
whatever.
right.
That's why they
Okay.
get their own frequencies.
Okay.
That, but they expand in different
Okay,
directions.
okay, okay. Just for clarity, because I always want to know. I don't want to be misinformed, and I know that other people uh, would like to know as well, which is
Hmm.
why I first chose to want to even have this platform to bring people like yourself that can help other people kind of digest the information or be able to register or even understand another atmosphere or another level or another degree of understanding in working with things that can help cope with just everyday
Hmm.
situations in lives, you
Hmm.
know, curves that's thrown. Because stress is the highest
Highest number
level of
one.
everything that
Stress
we deal with.
causes cancer. Stress does all kinds of things.
Yeah,
Stress.
and it seems like being in this human in human form in this human suit, stress wears and tears and pulls and stretches and binds you just
For your
on this
body and make
level.
so if you can alleviate stress, then you see what I mean? It's like working from the back end to the front end. If you can
Hmm.
alleviate the stress, then you can fix some of the physical problems. Stress
Right,
causes headaches, it causes your hair to
right.
fall out, it causes weight gain, it causes weight loss, it causes all kinds of
All
heart
kinds of stuff.
issues. I mean, it causes all.
Right.
So if you can alleviate the stress, you can like get rid of some of those problems.
With chemical imbalances. Right. Because I notice most
Hmm.
medications are there to put
Yep, and
back
chemical
balance.
imbalance.
Mhm. And chemicals basically are energy. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, the energy, can can reset with chemical imbalances too,
Okay.
because something has to be off. This makes chemicals to go off. Something is
Okay.
off somewhere. So the
Right.
school of thought is something off in, like if you like an Ayurveda doctor would tell you something is off in your chakra system. One of those channels are off. That's why you have IBS, or that's why you have this issue or that issue or
Right.
whatever, because one of your channels is off. So let's rebalance channel, and your body repairs itself, because that's what homeopathic and natural medicine and stuff like that is to make your body do what it does naturally. But your body is designed to heal itself.
Right,
When you get
right.
cut, your body heals
Heals itself.
itself, you
Right, right.
know? Hmm.
So, what is it uh, new that you're working on? What is the upcoming creation or tincture that you're working on that you're bringing to the masses?
I have four new collections that I'm working
Okay.
on. They're all very, very different. They're going to tap into different aspects.
Okay.
With a totally different target audience, because
Okay.
crystals really range. I mean, I can do stuff for mainstream, of course, I'll spill my a little bit of secret. The biggest thing that I'm working on right now is fitness stuff,
Okay.
because that's where I spend most of my time, in that
Right.
area.
Right.
And just to help people just with pain and pain
Right.
management. And you know people every day, somebody's like, oh, I haven't been here because I pulled my shoulder, or,
Right.
I hurt my foot, or like,
Right.
you know and some of the stuff that that I've come up with has it's worked all
Right.
across the board. you
Right.
know but that is my target right now, and that is what is the closest to the launch,
Okay.
right,
Now, if
to that.
somebody, if someone wants to get some of your products, is it a site or is it a link or email or something that they can reach to be able to purchase or receive some of your creations or some of your works or some of your tinctures or oils?
Sure, and you can, on the website, I'm at www.apothecaryb.com. You can find it there. It's also linked onto the Facebook webpage, Apothecary B. You can find that. I do have some stuff, some new products. These are going to be more on the metaphysical aspect, at Midtown Mojo, and also at Metaphysical Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
also at Pixie's Intent. And so those are going to be more of your metaphysical style products. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You're gonna find some like singles and stuff like that, and some blends just more for that arena.
Okay.
So it's
Now,
gonna be more for like angelic contact and medicines and stuff like
okay.
that.
Now, do me a favor and spell the apothecary B, because I am always stumbling over that, and I know that some listeners won't always have the best uh, spelling for hearing, to be able to type in or log in. Or so, can you spell that, please?
It's APOTHECARYB as a boy, .com.
Okay. Okay. .com. Now, are you still available on the Etsy?
Yeah, so if when you go to the web page, if you click shop now, it'll take you directly to the Etsy site. So all
Okay.
the links are
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So you're gonna
Fine.
find on there is you're gonna find most of the singles catalog, which are like
Okay.
100 different ones. And then of course, if you want custom blending, there's an option there for custom blending. If you need something more specific, I have
Right.
lots of people that are like, okay, I need something
Right.
specifically.
I was gonna ask that because what you made for me was
When I'm dealing
specific.
with,
Right. But you can even if a person doesn't know how or what to say their problem is, you can pretty much tell by the rhythm of what they're saying to actually put a general uh, format together for them in what you know from your own experience of knowing, like the guy with the throat. You can pretty much play by ear what it is that this person may need starting out before you do a total assessment or whatever.
I pick up people's energy very easily.
Okay.
So it just, as soon as they start talking, it's like, oh, all right, here it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Honestly, a lot of times I find it's easier that way than having a person sitting directly in front of me, because there is no distraction. When a person is sitting in front of you, you're distracted. I mean, you're watching them move, you're listening to them
Right.
talk,
Right.
you have other things focused
Right.
on. When they're not there, energy moves. Even if a person is typing, their energy is coming through the screen if they're
Right.
typing. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Exactly.
anything when people ask a question, their energy is sitting right in front of you. So it's easier because you don't have any distractions. You're just like, boom, thin air. It's like you're just really focusing on the nuances and things that are coming at you from the
Right.
person.
Okay. Okay. Well, uh, I'm glad that we had this opportunity to get together and bring this information out to the public because at times like now, stress levels are higher than normal due to certain situations and circumstances, and it's necessary, I think, that we have some sort of remedies to be able to help curb or align the stressors that we're dealing with every day. Because I think that if a lot of us can be aligned,
Mm-hmm.
we can get more accomplishments done cleaner and easier. You know, it's almost like a person say, I just need that hug. They just need that energy from you. They just need somebody to feel that I can, okay, that's cool. I need that, you
Right.
know, that energy.
A little
And
important. Yeah. A little support. Right.
right, right. So I'm glad and I hope that we can actually get together again and be able to bring new things. And I really would like for you, I want to get you some information. I really would like you to tie in with, like I say, Cindy G. She has some stuff up here on YouTube as well. Cindy G of the Cindy G Project and Joya Tynes. They do some
Mm-hmm.
work. Joya's out of Hampton, Virginia, and they work with a program called the Rich Way program, and they do a lot of things. Joy and them are raising and collecting shoes for the homeless and
Mm-hmm.
helping those areas of things. You know, they do a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And within the products that I create myself, within the shirts and the paintings and stuff, I'm going to be doing some stuff to raise some funds and, you know, some awareness as well, and joining up in networkings with people like yourself and Cindy and Joya. And I'm with one of my guys right now. We're collaborating. He's actually my first live stream interview. John Mitchell at Fat Body Gyms. We're collaborating and bringing product together in the realm of clothes, you know, fitness clothes and stuff like that. And we're gonna be doing some stuff. So I just want to see a
Mm-hmm.
lot more people, because stuff, when you interact with other people and absorb their energy and allow them to ease and soothe your energy, more physical production can be done, because nobody wants to go to work all stressed out and feeling down and agitated and all in a funk because of whatever it is. So it's always good to have. I used to always wonder why people would burn sage and have
Mm-hmm.
rocks in the corner, and I used to say, man, what is all that about? But now, since I've actually had a chance to meet you and utilize your products, I can understand totally what for. And people with their birthstones and different gems and stuff like that, it didn't make sense at first, but now I can understand a lot clearer. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really just understanding the art of it. And that's what everything's about, from guided meditations to yoga to all that stuff. Just understanding energy. I think we live in a world where everything is really fast paced. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing that people neglect is their self. Like,
Right.
no one takes the time to really look at who they really are. I mean, I see, you have no idea. I see people come, they talk about like relationships and all this stuff, and I'm
And
like, you have no
expending energy, burning it. I
wasted.
know one
You're not,
person.
you don't even know who you are anymore. You have
Exactly. That's the
completely lost
main factor.
your
That's the
self.
that's the that's the holy grail of life, knowing who you are.
And people
I've
come
only
with,
seen one person that I can actually say that I can relate to them taking advantage of proper energy output, input, and storage, and that's LeBron James. He actually works on the realm of energy because he's like a matrix, a machine. And He does a great job. And this is my first time ever seeing him sit down for multiple games in his whole career. And he's been working, working, working. And I don't think it's because he's tired or really just hurt. It's just because he knows the next level is going to entail that he have as much energy as he needs, because he has a crew of young bandits that don't have as much of the wisdom that he has, or knowing how to harness that energy. And I hope, for the sake of it, that old James Harden has figured out how to expend that energy, because come playoff time, he's dead gone. He out of there. He done ran all his energy in the ground trying to be the best MVP or the three-point shooter, and by the time you really need it, you don't have it. You out of gas. And all that plays a difference, plays a role too. So
you gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Putting yourself first is not selfish.
Right.
You have to.
And even if it's selfish, the word self is first. So you have to put yourself first in order to be able to do for or help anyone else.
You're not going to be able to help anyone else or do anything until you put yourself first and learn to.
Because if you did, you can't do nothing. You have to take care of yourself. If it's ish with it, then be selfish in order to help others. So I'm agreeing with you. Okay, well, go ahead.
Afraid.
Huh?
They're afraid to put first. They're afraid.
Well, they've been taught to do everything for everybody else. They've been taught to, belittle yourself and uplift everybody else. And kind of, and I don't want to sound crass or negative. It's almost like being in relations when people say happy wife, happy life. Well, why can't I be happy too, wife? We are supposed to come together as happy people and make each other happy, because if I'm only slaving to make you happy, all you got to do is play like you're not happy and run me in the ground, and I'm forever chasing this carrot, But that's the American way. It's what people are conditioning themselves to do, and people buy into that. And as long as the person can sneak around the corner with the bag saying he giggling because I got you, then there will never be any balance, and there will never be any energy healing or any paralleling. It will always be like a live wire broken off from the other half, just sparking all around, just spending energy and wasting.
Right.
I
tell people, the main thing that I can just remind people is life is not a one size fits all. Just because something worked for this person doesn't mean it's for you.
Right.
Everybody's different. Everybody needs different things. It's okay to not be like everybody else.
Exactly.
And do what everybody
it's healthy.
Thinks. Only you know what you need to do.
Exactly.
And you gotta so you can hear that, and so you can know that it doesn't matter what somebody thinks that you should do. It doesn't matter what people are going to think. You got to take care of yourself.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. Okay. Well, I am going to allow you to continue with the rest of your evening. It is 10:30, and I see the little man on the side demanding your attention. So we're going to sign off and get ready to do some things that we need to do before bedtime. I appreciate you sharing your time here with me and allowing me to allow you to be able to get out in the public. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. You have a good night.
You too.
All right.